So when we last left off, we had just beaten the Gaping Dragon, and now we get to go to Blighttown.
Hooray!
I'm so excited to go down here where everything can poison you, and the frame rate gets a little crazy.
Fun stuff.
Yeah. Except this is the PC version, so it doesn't get all crazy.
No, it's not as bad.
Though the enemies are just as, wicked.
Yeah. I like these guys.
Do you like them because they throw poop?
Maybe. They're the monkeys of Dark Souls.
Or at least they drop poop, which is a little alarming.
They avoid their bowels. If that happened to me, I'd void my bells too.
But would you leave it in a single pile?
I guess it depends on how I fell over.
Would that be a way?
Maybe.
So the fun thing about those is you can actually throw them at enemies to try to poison them, but, you know, understandably, you get poisoned as well.
So you're the monkey of Dark Souls.
Yeah, you can be. And these guys take so much damage that it's so much easier to just backstab them. But they'll hit pretty hard if you let them. Unfortunately, even though this sword's really good, it's not good enough to just one-shot them.
Not yet.
They're all dropping poop for me, though.
It's a good day.
The dung pies actually used to have a different use way back before some patch at some point, where you could buy dung pies and then you could sell them to somebody, essentially, for exactly the amount that you paid for. So you can't store your souls anywhere, like in the bottomless box, so people just started buying up all these poop pies. And then when they needed the souls, they would just sell the dung pies.
That works.
It's a shit economy. Literally.
Literally.
So these guys can get a little crazy. And I want to clear all my inventory just to get ready for an enemy coming up who could not just poison me, but toxify me.
Bastards.
And that does crazy quick damage. And I haven't really upped my vitality, so don't have a whole lot of health to work with. But I want to leave this guy over here because there are walls up that'll protect me from the guy who's trying to sharpshoot me. Just want him to come closer.
The snipers, man.
But that jumping attack that he just did probably would be deadly to me if he were to connect. Because he just sort of latches onto you and then bites you repeatedly. But I just want to get these guys in so they don't try to disturb me while I'm fighting the other guy. So with them taken care of, I can deal with this guy, who is basically blowing poison darts at me. And every time they die, they give you something to handle poison, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, they don't respawn though, so if I die, they're gone for good. But I think there's about 5 more of them? 9 more if I decide to go get something. Which I will, so I'll be dealing with a lot of them.
And the worst is if you don't know where they are, they'll sneak up on you.
Oh, you can't even tell if you got hit where you got hit from.
No.
It's kind of a nightmare.
It's definitely a nightmare.
And it won't stay this dark the whole time in Blighttown, but it's pretty dark. And you can barely see the little darts as they come and hit you. So, we can just cross this rickety bridge and meet more of these creepy flesh people.
Time for huggies!
They all want hugs, but if any of them grab me, that's maybe deadly.
Maybe.
So they want lethal hugs.
It's the best kind of hug.
Yeah, but that guy had like a doll sort of thing.
Ooh.
I don't know, it was kind of human shaped.
Maybe it was a girl.
Can you really tell?
Mm,
Do you want to
no.
be able to tell?
No, definitely not.
So we can rescue this little princess here from his containment.
He was bad.
Maybe he was just napping. I never thought of that.
And you just disturbed his nap and then killed him.
Well, he scared me.
By napping?
He does that. But there are a bunch of dart throwing people around here, and I can't quite see them from here, so I'm a little cautious about going out on that ledge. Because there are a couple up here, and I can't quite see anything. But I can hear everything. But you can see from my wild camera movements that I'm looking for them. But now we have a little ninja getup. But I can hear their roars, and I know they can't really use ladders too well. Except, oh god.
Oh,
I'm not even sure how that happened.
it's amazing. It's magic.
So at this point, I kind of got a little confused, because I wanted to get down, but I couldn't remember how. And this camera's not helping. So I'm like, I can't make that impossible jump. But I was just... wait. I was down here. Then I rolled over. Wait, where am I?
Backtracking is hard.
Oh, wait. There I am. Just gotta wait for that dog down there. He's pretty special. We'll see why.
The one with second-degree burns all over his body.
Yeah, a lot of creepy looking stuff here. But that's maybe why he has second-degree burns.
That would do it.
So let's just go rest at this bonfire. Unfortunately, it's the only one in Blighttown, so we need to get through the entire place. Not looking forward to that. But if we head back to the beginning, right as I was not killing those guys, instead of the rickety bridge, you can actually make a pretty precarious jump off the left side. And you can pick up a katana. So now with our ninja getup, we can pretend to be Japanese.
And do the Japanese makers of this game proud.
That's not even the biggest katana though, so they won't be fully proud.
No, you're dishonoring their families.
And here's where it gets a little crazy. Because I kind of thought I killed the first guy, but I hadn't. And I can't see.
Oh.
But he's attacking me with his meat doll or whatever the hell that is. I feel like he's just carrying a, like, shoot-up version of himself.
Maybe he went cannibal. Who knows?
But if you want precarious, here you go.
Don't look down.
Gonna need that moss for a couple of guys coming up. Because, like I said, there's a bunch of people who spit darts at you, but I haven't killed any of them except for the first guy.
That makes it a bit tougher.
This is also precarious.
Ah. Moving bridges, man.
You think they're gonna fall, but they never do.
They're not quite that rickety.
Then it's pretty rickety.
That was pretty rickety.
That doesn't go anywhere, so time to turn around.
Just like Zelda, breaking pots.
But there's no money in them.
No, it's unfortunate.
It's a little disappointing.
Sometimes there are guys in them.
It's just the one.
That's true. Sometimes there's a guy in there.
So we make it back to the bonfire, and now we go through the real Blighttown. What you saw first, that was an appetizer. This is the main course of hellish despair.
What if I don't want it?
Oh, you're gonna get it.
Oh. Huggies!
So that's dog one. I'm really worried, because there should be a dog. There he is.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
and I'm getting hit by darts now.
Oh no. This is bad.
It's time to retreat. I did not have much of an attack plan. Except for that.
That'll work. Oh, look, a friend.
But he's not really a friend.
No, he's a bully.
Okay, now it's time to move on.
Now it's time to tackle Blighttown.
So like I said before, a bunch of dart people. One of them will probably kill himself. He usually does, and I'm not sure why. I guess because you get close enough to him that he just sort of backs off a ledge.
Gets so scared.
He wanted that hug. I gave it to him.
Gave him something.
Oh, my sword gave him a hug.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. What is that?
But we'll deal with that later. So I'm getting a little worried because that guy with the moss hasn't killed himself. And I'd know because there would be like a bunch of souls and an item at the bottom of the screen.
He's hanging on.
Okay, so these guys try to use the ladder. The other guy's trying to use the ladder. I don't really have the patience. Oh, jeez.
They heard there was a party.
Now there's just a bunch of dead people.
It's a dead party.
So I'm like, where's that moss guy? There he is.
Oh.
This is the one that normally kills himself.
So you kick him off the edge.
I saved him the trouble. And back here we get a new shield, but it's not really gonna ever be as good as our Balder shield. Although it looks pretty. And that thing is giant. It's a pretty big shield, but it's made of wood, so it's not too heavy.
Well, that's good. Don't want a heavy giant shield after all.
Yeah. So, just picking up some pieces before I move on.
Time for cleanup.
It's that giant thing in the distance that you pointed out. Again. Oh!
Oh!
Somebody died.
Well, that's good.
So if it wasn't the guy down there, I wonder who it could have been.
You make me wonder.
No, it wasn't this guy. Because he's dead. You always have to check your back going up that ladder because there are a lot of bad guys that like to stay up there and they wait for you.
Well, you killed a bunch of their friends.
Their friends were mean to me.
This is true.
Oh, who the hell was that? That's when I got legitimately concerned because I had no idea where that came from.
That was tricky.
And I've got this brute to deal with. Because I might, if I remember correctly, they sort of poison you with this giant club. So, I'm dealing with a lot of stuff right now.
Just, it's too much.
Gotta get me some poop, though.
Well, of course.
So there he is.
Oh, hello.
What is happening?
Oh, no.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Little scary.
Yeah, the camera doesn't know when it should stop. It's kind of alarming.
Ooh.
I wouldn't say this guy's putting up a fight.
No. But that was a decent dodge.
Yeah. So now you want to see what this creepy thing is?
No?
It's a giant blob with tentacles and it spiked itself into the wall and it's really weird. It's also got a lot of health.
Those Japanese.
Now, I don't know where its health bar is half the time, but to save some time, this is just how long it takes to kill it.
And now we wait.
Because if I get any closer to this thing, it will lash out and probably knock me off and kill me. So now I just switch out my bolts. And at this point, I'm like, shit, did I just run out of stuff? So I try a little close combat. This is incredibly exciting. As I try to figure out how I'm going to kill this thing. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't even know what to do. So, let's just hope this works.
Oh.
And it did.
It did.
So what do you get? You get a pyromancy thing.
Ooh.
Now, Power Within is sort of give and take, because it ups your power, but at the same time it starts to drain your health. And it's kind of a crazy trade-off if you have health like mine, but once you get your vitality up, it's not too bad to do if you run into problems. So we're about 2/3, I'd say, of the way through Blighttown. Just gotta get through this bottom part. It's got a bunch of ladders.
But is the scary part over?
Oh no. These things maybe have a head and like 6 or 8 legs and wings, and they breathe fire.
Oh, everything breathes fire.
This whole thing is a nightmare fast. And they are everywhere. And there's one more dart blowing guy down here. So I want to go deal with him first. Try to backstab him. Completely unnecessary.
I was gonna say, is that really necessary?
I didn't want to kick him off the ledge because it's not too high of a drop, so there's no guarantee that it would kill him.
Sure.
And there's also bugs that you may have just caught a glimpse of that float around this entire bottom area, and they spit poison. And it hurts. And there's the fire, and there's the bug. I somehow got him.
Lucky shot.
So I'm dragging my friends along, and I'm like, hey, I don't really want to be here. So I'm just going to try to kill everything as quickly as possible. And that was a little too close.
Yeah.
So the fun part about the swamp is that it will slow you down immensely and poison you. The only reason I'm able to run around right now is because of the ring we picked up back at the asylum.
Yes.
But poison, not as bad as toxic, so you got some time. But that's Blighttown.
Hooray.
A scary, confusing mess of dead things.
Ugh.
And fire.
No more.
No more.
No more.